The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Woody Johnson spoke at the NFL owners' meetings, and he had a lot to say about his new head coach and his new quarterback. We'll tell you what you need to know from Woody earlier today. Plus, as Maniac Madness continues, we got a draft party coming up. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Monday. It is the last show in the month of March. If you want your name added to the countdown ticker that just played, if you want 20% off all items in the merch store, if you want bonus shows, and most importantly, Discord access, join the Patreon before it's too late, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. If you're thinking about joining the Patreon, I think I have a good incentive for you to do it. If you sign up for the year, you now save 20% on your membership instead of 15%. So take advantage of that. And speaking of merch items, new merch alert, baby. See the hat I'm wearing? This is the brand new Adidas line hat that we have in the store. Go to jakeasman.com/shop. You can get it in both Jake Asman Show and Asmaniac. And you can see front and back, it is an Adidas performance snapback. They're awesome. I have the Jake Asman Show ones. I just ordered the Asmaniac ones for myself. So check them out. These are brand new in the store. If you want to get your hat and wear it to the draft party, if you order it now, you'll get it with plenty of time before that party on April 24th. Let's talk about Woody Johnson. He spoke earlier today. So yesterday, Darren Muji, the new GM, spoke. Aaron Glenn spoke this morning, and Woody spoke this afternoon. Let me start by playing you a cut from Woody here during a conversation he had with Janae Coakley of SNY on Aaron Glenn and what he's noticed about Aaron Glenn specifically since the introductory press conference.
The same thing I thought then. I'm so impressed. The guy is a total winner. Probably when he was a little kid, but since I've known him, I guess in '96 he was drafted by the Hess family. Mm-hmm. I thank the Hess family for drafting him, Pete Carroll. And he's exactly the same. He's a winner on the field. He's a winner as a coach. He talks to people like Bill Parcells, so he knows where the holy grail is in football. And I think he's going to be extremely successful.
Has anything surprised you so far about him?
No surprises. He is who he is. He is totally authentic. The players will know that immediately about him. There's no other way to describe it. He's driven. He loves football. He's all about football, nothing else. And I went out to dinner with he and his wife last night. His wife is exactly 100% supportive. She raises the family, did all that, and then he's doing football, what he loves and what he's very good at.
Okay, so a couple things here. I know there's a concern about Woody meddling. I actually don't think it's a concern right now. I think this new regime is going to get this year and next year before we have to worry about Woody Johnson stepping in and being Woody Johnson. Woody hired these guys. The way he has talked about Glenn from the beginning, it's been clear that he has full faith in the guy. He didn't hire Joe Douglas. He didn't hire Robert Saleh. These are the first two GM and coaches Woody Johnson has personally oversaw and hired since 2015 with Todd Bowles and Mike McCagnon. Woody's going to let these guys do their thing. And if you remember, Woody ultimately went to London and wasn't there for the end of the McCagnon and Bowles saga, which then led to Gase, which then led to Douglas. And meanwhile, the Jets haven't won more than 7 games since. that first year in 2015 when Woody last oversaw the hiring of a new coach and GM. I think Woody Johnson's going to let these guys do their thing. I do. Now, here's where it gets complicated. If they continue to lose games and suck, the Jets win totals 5.5 this year. They go 5-12 in year one. All of a sudden, at the end of year two, if they're not 9-8 like the Lions were, or trending clearly in the right direction with, say, a young quarterback on the team playing really well, then you start to worry, okay, is that when Woody's going to step in? Is that when he's going to make irrational decisions? But I think we're a long way away from that. I think Woody Johnson's going to let these guys do their thing. I think that's obvious. You know, the Jets have hired people to their front office that replace guys that have been there for 10, 15 years in some cases. They have a new number 2, a new number 3 in the front office. Spielman being the number 2, Patton being the number 3, who comes over from Denver with Muji. You know, Glenn had full autonomy on his staff hires. So I think Woody's going to be very hands-off when it comes to what Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji want for the football operation. I really do believe that. I do wonder deep down, though, what are Woody's expectations for the 2025 Jets? Because if he thinks this is a playoff team right now, I got a bridge I want to sell you. They're not. Can they be? I mean, if everything goes right, how good of a coach is Aaron Glenn? We don't know. How good of a quarterback can Justin Fields be? The Jets are talking about Justin Fields like he's a franchise quarterback. There's been no evidence to support that at all. None. You know, Woody Johnson called Justin Fields a total winner earlier. Based on what? He's 10-28. I mean, this quote from Woody is just so tone deaf, it's remarkable. I think Justin Fields is going to be a total winner for us. I've been impressed with him since his college days. It was he or Trevor Lawrence, and I think he's going to be really good. You had the second pick in the draft, Woody. If it was he or Trevor Lawrence, guess who you could have taken? Not Zach Wilson. So, like, the revisionist history here is remarkable from this owner. I mean, this is just a silly comment. If you love Fields that much, then override Joe Douglas and take the guy. Remember, though, it was Woody and his relationship with Zach Wilson's uncle why they took. No, it's not. Woody was never on board with Zach Wilson. But he allowed his brother to run the team. And guess what? Woody wasn't the owner when they drafted Zach. Wasn't the acting owner. And that's really where all the impasse of last season, it stems from. Woody never felt like he was responsible for the mess because he didn't hire them. That's why he felt comfortable firing Saleh, which was moronic to do in hindsight at 2-3. That's where this all stems from. He never wants to take any responsibility for the Zach Wilson pick because technically he wasn't the acting owner when it was made. But I mean, this comment here is just silly. It just makes the Jets look like a clown show. It was either he or Trevor Lawrence. You had the second pick. You just look stupid. But I go back to what I said at the top. The past is the past. Woody hired Glenn, who essentially picked Muji to work with. He's going to let them do their thing for now. They better turn it around quick. The other comment here from Woody I want to play were the comments he made to Janae Coakley in the same interview about going from Aaron Rodgers to Justin Fields.
Well, Aaron Rodgers was a great opportunity for us. It didn't work out, but I have a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers, both on the football field and also his intellectual capacity is unsurpassed. Really, just so impressive. But Justin Fields, Justin Fields, I think, is going to be really good. I saw him in college. I thought he was very enticing. You know, he and that class with some good quarterbacks. I think he'll be good. He's a dual threat, which we haven't had in the Jets for, I don't know if we've ever had one. Yeah. And with the coaching staff he's got now, I think he's going to have a chance to really blossom and really be he's a great athlete and bring it to the field. So I'm encouraged.
He's 10-28 as a starter. He's not a total winner. That's the bottom line. We'll find out just how good this coaching staff is. Because until proven otherwise, it's a bunch of guys who are in roles they have never been in before. The only coach with experience in the role they're in, a coach that matters, is Steve Wilks, the defensive coordinator. And he's also a former head coach. So I thought that was a really good hire by Aaron Glenn. But today, you had Aaron Glenn vigorously defending the resume of Tanner Engstrand. In fact, Glenn went as far to call out one of Rich Cimini's questions when Cimini said, well, last year in Detroit, Engstrand comes from an offense that was a drop-back quarterback, and then Glenn cut him off and said, I guess you didn't see what he did at Michigan when they were run first. So, Glenn's going to back his people. He hired the staff. He has to be right about the people he hired. Time will tell. We don't know. It could be good. It could be bad. In the past, I'd be like excited and it's going to be great. I'm over that, man. I'm over it. Show me. You're not getting positive, woohoo, this is great. No, let's go. Let's win games. And then you'll get the positivity. It's all talk right now. Like this comment here from Woody. Asked about the unfavorable F grade he received from the NFLPA back in February, and his quote was, my first thought was, it's totally bogus. Once again, anything that stemmed from the Saleh and Douglas era, he's trying to cleanse himself from. He wants no responsibility for that. He now is fully responsible for Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, if we're going to play that game, Woody. If they suck, it's on you. And by the way, Saleh being bad does not excuse Woody because he didn't technically hire him. Joe Douglas did, and he didn't hire Joe Douglas. If you felt Saleh was such a bad coach, he should have been fired at the end of 2023. So he's not getting the pass, for me anyway. But he picked the players. But he picked the GM who's going to pick the players. He picked the coach. Let's go. Time to win. You got your guys. I don't want to hear any excuses. This team goes out there and goes 4-13 next year. I don't want to hear, oh, but they were competitive. No. Win games. Let's go. Even bad teams can accidentally have a 9-win season. The Giants just did it a couple of years ago with a first-year coach, a first-year GM, and Daniel Jones is their starting quarterback. The Jets have not won more than 7 games in a decade. Let's go. They're not getting the scholarship anymore. This quote from Woody here about if anyone could change things, it's Aaron Glenn. If anyone could change anything, a winning culture, it's Aaron Glenn. Woody is 100% tied to Aaron Glenn. It better work out. Because if it doesn't, I don't care if Glenn used to play for the Jets and was a fan favorite. He's still, once again, a defensive-minded coach who has never been a head coach before, now trying to become a head coach. And it could be great, it could suck. But it's, once again, a pattern that the Jets have followed for years. And hopefully it's different this time. We are certainly due. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Let me tell you about the latest ASMANIAC raffle that we're doing because it is one of the best we've ever done, I'd argue. It's a Super Bowl III themed raffle. This week, we're giving away a signed Joe Namath old school helmet, a signed Don Maynard helmet, and just announced yesterday a signed Weeb Eubank helmet. Not a ton of these around these days, so glad that we got this one. So if you want in on any of those prizes, gift, or super chat away for your chance to be entered. $20 super chat will get you 5 raffle entries. Craig Wilton has gifted 5 channel memberships. That's our guy, Craig, down in Australia. Hit it, AG.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
5 spot from Craig. The following 5 people are now officially ASMANIACs. It's your boy, Slothy Lever Graves, Big Lee 52. There might have been another name in there, but I can't find. Oh, Nick Taddeo. All receiving channel memberships. So we're off and running here on the show. All right. We got ASMANIAC Madness coming up. Mr. Bonesy, Chef Kevin, going at it. Before we get to the matchup, let's set the stage for the matchup. We are in the round of 32. We are in the final region inside the round of 32. That's because tomorrow on the first show, Doug on the Couch versus V-Man will wrap up round of 32 play. And then we're on to the Sweet 16, our first matchup in the Sweet 16. Second show tomorrow, the big fella and Charles Gorman. But today, let's reset. Kyle Clifton in a tight one. narrowly defeated Jay Graves to advance to the Sweet 16, which means it's now time for a matchup of two beloved callers. I don't know how people are going to decide who they're voting for here. Mr. Bonesy, the 3 seed. Chef Kevin, the number 6 seed. Both have been calling in on the show the last couple of weeks. Both have been making their campaign pitches the last several days, including this morning on the first show. But now it's time for you, the listener, to vote. You, the Asmaniac, to decide who's advancing in the greatest tournament in all of sports. Ladies and gentlemen, we hand things over right now to the voice of ASMANIAC Madness. Here's Jim Nance.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Here we go. Vote, 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 Bonesy, or vote Chef Kevin. Body says, is AG's Madden rating 97? Put it on a t-shirt. LOL. God. DNY for life. Love Bones. Chef Kevin been cooking bones all week. Man with a rake. We have not had a real mobile quarterback since Ray Lucas. I mean, and let's be fair to Ray Lucas. I mean, he was a backup. You know, Ray Lucas only got thrusted into a starting role because of the unfortunate injury in 99 to Vinny Testaverde. And if they went to Ray Lucas earlier that year, they might have made the playoffs. Devin says, 12-5, you finally get to see it, Jake. You're late. If the Jets are 12-5 this year, Devin, you get to co-host the show with me. All right? David Atkins in the Asmaniac raffle. For one, he is gifted a channel membership. Thank you, David. David's membership went to listener Dante29 Nerd. Dante, congratulations. You're in the Asmaniac raffle. All right. First up on the Gusbuster hotline today is a frozen on the train Mr. Bonesy. There he is.
Oh, God.
Thank you for the time, Bones. We'll try again throughout the show. All right, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Boomtown says that I've also committed to eating my hat on the show if the Jets are 12-5. If Boomtown says it, it's true. He's the official historian of the show. He's the record keeper. So I'm in. All right, sign me up. I don't see 12 wins right now. I didn't see 5 this past year, though, so who knows? I saw 12 wins the last 2 years, so maybe it's better that I don't think they're going to be a 12-win team. Maybe the opposite will happen. Craig wants to know, which hat will I eat? Whoever made the hat bet could choose which hat I eat. How about that? Frank wants to know, does Mr. Bonesy sell socks too, or just shoes? Good question. Do they sell socks at Alden's? I don't think they do. I don't remember there being socks. They sell belts. That I know. Devin, in the Asmaniac raffle for 1. Let's go, Devin. Thank you very much. Devin's membership went to listener Crazy Cannoli. So that's 7 memberships that have been added so far during the show. Comments, questions, super chats. They will continue to cut the line. What do you make of Woody Johnson's comments about both Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields? One other thing I wanted to play here. This is from Aaron Glenn, but not from the media availability that he did this morning. It's from the one-on-one he did with Janae Coakley of SNY. SNY gets the exclusive because they're the rights holder for the Jets, and I think Janae always does a good job asking the right questions. So this was AG talking more about what drew him to Justin Fields.
Listen, I've played against Justin quite a bit, just him being at the Bears and me being in Detroit, and he created some damage for us, you know, so I want to make sure that I could take advantage of what he does, what he can do as far as utilizing his legs, but I also want to allow him to play quarterback also. I don't know in his career he's ever had a chance to truly go out there and play quarterback, so we're going to give him that opportunity, understanding who he is as a player, try to utilize his skill set, but also let him do what he did at Ohio State, you know, and let him go play quarterback.
What was the conversation like with Justin Fields, and how excited is he to be here?
I think he's very excited. I mean, I talk to him every day. Listen, he's giving his opinion on things that he feel like he want to bring to the offense, which is great. And I think that us letting him play quarterback, he feels open to be able to do that. And that's one thing that you want. That head coach quarterback relationship has got to be on the top level. And then we're trying to create that.
I like it. I mean, look, I didn't want them to move on from Rodgers, but if they were going to move on from Rodgers, Fields is the only guy you could sell me on. That was out there. Right? I mean, Justin Fields is the guy that's 26 years old. There is talent there. I think it's laughable for the owner to call him a winner. He's not a winner. He's 10-28. Stop it. All right, that to me is just silly talk. But Sam Darnold wasn't a winner until he went to Minnesota and got real coaching. But here's the thing. We don't know what the Jet coaching is yet. Kevin O'Connell already was pretty proven as a quarterback guy. I mean, he came from Sean McVay, and then he immediately gets there. Cousins has a career year under his watch. And then we saw Josh Jobs not even know the playbook come in and play well. You know, we watched like a real track record of success. We don't know what Angstran is. He's coming from Ben Johnson. Hopefully, just like Ben Johnson was this great offensive guy, hopefully Angstran's the same thing. He's the most important coach on the staff besides AJ. And the other thing that allowed Sam to have success, because both now Muji and Glenn referenced Darnold's resurgence as, an indicator of why they feel like, hey, why not Justin Fields? Well, why not Justin Fields? Well, do the Jets have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and a real offensive attack and a real tight end and a real head coach and OC? Like Josh McCown was on that Viking staff too. We know what he could do with quarterbacks. I mean, we watched him help Sam as a rookie. We don't know anything about this Jet coaching staff. That's the biggest unknown. If they're good, the Jets will be a way better football team. That's the biggest unknown. All we could do is wait and see. That's it. My biggest thing was if you're going to hire Aaron Glenn, he better have full autonomy on who he wants to hire. So we don't hear years from now, oh, well, he didn't get the funding, or, oh, the Jets didn't let him pick his own staff. No, they let him do everything. Now we'll find out if he's the guy, because that's all that any of us really care. He either is or he isn't, and we're not going to know. But I do think, Woody basically trying to blame everyone else for the debacle of the last couple of years besides himself is rich. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Let's see what we got here. Pat Rudy says, when you expect the Jets to suck, they overachieve. Yeah, we've said that for a while, though, but guess what? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true anymore. It's been a long time. That used to be the case. Like 2006, we thought they were going to be bad. One of the most fun years ever as a Jet fan. We had very little expectations in 2009 with Rex and Sanchez in year one together. It's been a while, though. Rat Diddy with a super chat. Don't hold Bonesy's love of the Jets and Joe Douglas' love against the man in voting. The man is what it means to be an Asmaniac. Ladies and gentlemen, scoreboard update. Bonesy dominating. Wow, 69-31 with over 200 votes that have been cast so far. Bonesy has agreed to give everybody a hug at the draft party if you vote for him, I'm told. Shout out to Bones with a strong performance, but you can't count out Chef Kevin. Guy's a legend in his own right. But a strong start for Bonesy in polling. Jersey Jet with a super chat. When I say what up, you say what up. Jersey Jet, you better come to the draft party on April 24th at Clinton Hall in New York City and say what up. Mike D's Nuts is in the house. He's not just in the house. He's here to do one thing and one thing only. Drop his nuts. D's Nuts. 5-spot channel memberships from D's Nuts. That's 5 entries in the next Asmaniac raffle. Let's see who got him. Chris P., Michael Villavicino, J. Matthew McNeil, Chris P., all receiving channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, a $20 super chat from the pipeline here from Glenn, who says, we got to think positive. I believe Aaron Glenn will get us in this year. If the Jets are a playoff team this year with Aaron Glenn, I am leading the Coach of the Year campaign. That's the type of season it's going to take if the Jets are going to make the playoffs. Did Mangini win Coach of the Year in 2006? He might have. Let's see. Because that to me is the most comparable season to what we're looking at here. I don't know if Mangini did win Coach of the Year in 06, but he should have if he didn't. I do know that his season was so great that they put him on The Sopranos because he was the man genius. He didn't win Coach of the Year. I don't know who won Coach of the Year in 06, but that's the type of year we need. Look, you can't deny listening to Aaron Glenn and wanting to root for the guy. He's got a great aura or presence about him. He just has never been in the role before. So time will tell. Bo checks in. I expect Woody to brag about his new toys. Nothing matters but collecting wins. This draft will determine exactly who AG/Muji are. Bonesy, get it. This draft is massive for them based on how they've handled free agency. Chef Kevin says, Bonesy was hiding for months when JD got fired. Shake my head. Reminder about the Chef Kevin raffle going on. If you send in a super chat of any kind to me endorsing Chef Kevin, you have a chance to win the following 4 prizes. A signed Chef Kevin Cloverleaf Tavern chef coat. At the New Jersey meetup this summer, he's going to personally cook you an entree of your choice. A Cloverleaf Tavern gift basket. And a mystery 4-pack of beer valued around $30. All those prizes available if you publicly come out and super chat your support for Chef Kevin. More calls right now. Spider Jetman is on the line. What's up, Spider Jet?
Hey, how's it going? I just want to say, Sam Darnold, before he came to the Vikings, no one had any faith in him. No one gave him a grain of salt of being successful. And I'm not going to put all my faith into Justin Fields, but my spidey sense says this might happen. Because if it could happen for Sam Darnold, you had a coach that did okay with Dobbs, did okay with, he had Cousins, which a lot of coaches can do good with Cousins. He did good in the Commanders, but just keep the faith. If Darnold can do it, if they can get Brock Purdy up to speed with the right weapons, there's been, what's his face? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I've been fighting crime all day, but the guy that won the Super Bowl, he's not fantastic, right? He resembles Fields with a little bit more discipline on his accuracy. You just got to get him weapons.
Yeah, look, I'm with you. Now, let me ask you this. What's your spider sense tingling for number 7 in the draft? Who are the Jets taking, Spider-Man?
The tight end, Williams.
I love it. And also, Spider Jet, what are your thoughts on Charles Gorman not being the biggest fan of yours?
Yeah, I'll call him out if he wants to go one-on-one. I'll drop 500. He's got a face only a mother can love. Once I take over the mask, I'm more of a Superman-looking guy than Peter Parker, so bring it on. Any day, anytime. I'll Venmo you 500 right now. We can do a big debate tomorrow. I'll pick them apart.
There he is. Spider Jetman, everybody.
I think the second one. Excuse me.
Incredible. I like this. That's the second time this guy's called today, Spider Jetman. Welcome to the show, man. I actually had no idea who it is either. Someone asked me off air, who is it? I go, I have no clue. We got to get him like a custom Spider Jetman costume. It's got to be green. Mike D's Nuts is officially in the Chef Kevin raffle. Chef Kev, I love you. Love it. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check in with a guy who has a tough matchup tomorrow. He's trying to become a double-digit seed to advance to the Sweet 16. Doug on the couch is next. Hello, Doug.
I got a tough one tomorrow. V-Man's a tough one. I've laughed at a lot of V-Man. I got a tough one. I'm going to try my best, but the way I see it, I'm a mid-major who got the upset in the first round, and it's huge money for the program, and the program's going into a good place in the future. That's the way
it's a great season regardless of the result tomorrow.
No matter what happens, we had a great season. We're happy for the round 1 win. This is not our main sport. We weren't expecting the win. We're happy to get past round 1. This is not like I went to Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac basketball, not good. If they ever won the round of the NCAA tournament, that's what this would be like. Whereas our main sport's hockey. Whereas we're expected to win there. We're not expected to win here. So That's the way I see it. Whatever
I love
happens,
it.
you know, I'm just happy to be compared. Was happy to be in ASMANIAC Madness. I was happy to get my first round win, and whatever happens tomorrow happens. There's no shame in losing to V-Man. So,
Well,
but sorry, go.
I was just gonna say, what are your thoughts on the current matchup right now, Doug?
Oh, I voted for Bonesy. Bonesy's a legend. Bonesy's always been my guy. He's my guy. No disrespect to Chef Kevin, but Bonesy's my guy. But that being said, I missed the first show today, but I have a feeling, and you probably agree, Aaron Glenn seems to just hate Rich Cimini because all the answers he gives back to him are just with so much sass. I kind of like it, but he seems to just hate Rich Cimini. Would you agree?
Do I hate Rich Cimini?
No. Aaron Glenn seems to hate Rich Cimini the way he answers all of his questions.
I think because he has a prior relationship with Rich, he's way more comfortable pushing back on him.
Got it. And then, how would you feel if this was the Jets this year had a 2022 type Lions season? They start slow, but then they finish the year hot at the gate, finish 8-9, 9-8. Because for me, that would be the ideal season. Obviously, you want them to start fast, but if they start slow and they piece things together, and then you see all the good pieces, and then build off of that into the following season, that would be the ideal. Obviously, the ideal season is making the playoffs, but I'm not expecting that. The ideal season would be the Lions in 2022, in my opinion.
I mean, that team was 9-8. If you tell me the Jets finished 9-8, I'd sign for that now, no matter how they get there.
Yeah, I think that's the type of vibe. I think the ceiling for this team, in a best case scenario, everything go right, 11 wins is my opinion. In a best case, everything goes right scenario. In a bad case, I feel like we're at 3-4 wins again. So I know it's a big swing, but that's kind of where I'm at. Woody, I mean, he's Woody. It is what it is. I wish I was a multi-billionaire and I could just buy my favorite team, but every sports fan and Jet fan probably thinks that way. They would do things differently. Just gotta wait, see what happens.
Well, we know you'll be watching from the couch every step of the way, Doug.
Mm-hmm. Good luck to all the competitors. And V-Man, I'm gonna go down fighting, but like I said, no, whatever happens tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doug on the couch. It's gonna be a tough one against V-Man. It is, but you know what? We've seen upsets in this tournament. Super chat here from June the GM. Chef Kev handled a seriously irate caller and earned my respect and vote. Put me in the chef's raffle. Devin says, Chef Kevin, let's go. Now do I get 2 raffle tickets? Well, why don't we ask the man himself what exactly it takes to be entered in the Chef Kevin Raffle of Champions? That's because Chef Kevin is, in fact, on the line to make one final push in ASMANIAC Madness.
Yo,
Chef
what
Kevin,
up?
You got the COVID, man. I feel terrible for you.
Dude, it was, man, Thursday I've been out. I know Bonesy earlier was talking about saying how he was on Thursday and Friday. Yo, I was in bad shape, man. It wasn't until what was it? Say it's 2 days ago. Yesterday is where it's all right, I kind of get it right. And actually when I was doing the whole little yelling with the low ski at the end, thank God you cut it off, man. I was dying, man. I was like, you gotta have a good pair of lungs and a certain kind of mindset to be able to do what Lowski does, man, and Neil or whatever, just yelling, doing jet chants. I do it, but I kind of got lost, and then just with everything going on, it happened. And I appreciate all the support, everybody out there. I know there's a bunch of people that aren't voting, because of how tough the decision is, and I get it. I think that's hurting me a little bit. But I totally understand, man. Bones is a worthy competitor, a staple in this community. I've said it this whole month that Bones is my top 4 guy. It was him, Lowski, Neil, Bobby, who were the guys that I first started really plugging into the show about or whatever. And it's all good, man. I'm still here. It was just disappointing how I wanted to. I had a whole menu and wanted to execute it today at my job where there was a bunch of people, and to, call my job and have them go around and talk to people getting some votes. It ain't my thing, man. Just kind of let it be as it is or whatever. To answer Devin's question, yeah, you're in the Chef Kevin raffle for 2, man. I got insiders, taking notes down and all that kind of stuff. I'll be in contact with you guys within the week All right, within the week or whatever, towards the end of the week, I'll let you guys know what's going on and whatnot. Definitely appreciate it. I do have the chef co here. All right,
Hey.
the chef coat's here. I got a silver Sharpie or whatever. Silver's always the best to use on anything dark materials or whatever. So just let me know. Whoever wins, just let me know how you want me to sign it, and we'll get it done. But there's also some food stuff too. All right, like anybody with the meetup that comes through, we'll already know ahead of time who's coming through. So we'll be able to talk and figure out what you want. Like you can't beat that. You can go to these steak houses in the city. You can go to wherever you want to go to, but to get something personally made by me, you can't go anywhere for that. And at my job, I got a whole kitchen that deals with stuff. For me, I'm the coach. Basically, I let everybody do their thing. I observe everything. When it's slow in the morning time, that's when I create. That's when I get with my staff. I show them the specials. I show them what's going on. I make sure that they're doing it, follow it, taste it, make sure everything's good. And then when it's showtime, I'm on the other side. My coat's clean. Like I'm over there expediting, making sure that the food is right, that it looks good. If it doesn't, I push it back. I throw it out. I say, hey, we gotta make another one. If the table is taking too much time or whatever, I'll get a manager. Hey, I need a visit at such and such table. The food didn't look good to my expectations. We got to make them something else, whatever. Maybe buy them around or something. But anything that comes out of the kitchen, it has to be 100% to our satisfaction. If not, we got to do it right, man. That's why we've been around for so long. And ever since I started working on the Cloverleaf, almost 10 years, man, that quality of food keeps going up every single year and keep pushing the bar, man. That's something that, I really pride myself on. But to dive into the football talk, man, like with what Woody was saying, man, I just want him to step away, man. I get, he kind of was where he was at and said what he did. It didn't anger me too much, but it's still like, all right, let these guys do their thing. I was really more happy with what Glenn was saying during the morning time, man. Like he was saying some things where it's like, all right, it seems like the stuff is like, it's all making sense. All right, I don't really care too much about the exchanges with the reporters and whatnot because there'll be some rough stretches, and guess what? These reporters they'll be able to have their get back. So Glenn knows he got to walk a fine line on with the reporters and how to say certain things. And I don't even think he came across disrespectful at all. He just came across strong, firm. He definitely had the respect and all that. Like I feel good. I feel good with our coach. I've said it from the beginning. I was happy with the hire. All right, with Muji too, it's like all right, there were some other options and whatnot, but I still feel good. It's not bad. I just, like what I was saying on the earlier show, if something isn't working, let's quickly move. Let's move on the fly. Let's not just sit on our hands and not do anything and just let the whole season collapse. That's what Joe Douglas was doing, and that's why I said what I said earlier. Um, but I feel good with the regime, man. Obviously, we got the draft and everything else coming up, and just let it play out, man. All right, we're all Jet fans at the end of the day. We all show support to the Jake Asman show. We all show support to the other Jet content creators in this community. We all gotta, show respect, look out for one another, be respectful and all that, man.
Chef Kev, you're the man. Appreciate everything you provide for all of us in this community. Tough battle right now. Tough battle. Chef Kevin making his pitch. Can he make a comeback? Update on the scoreboard, 68-32. Bonesy dominating, which to me is way more of a testament of just Bonesy's high popularity than anything else, because Chef Kevin's a great dude. Great dude. Met him multiple times. Met his entire family at the Knicks game a few weeks ago. But Bonesy's Bonesy. And we're seeing that. Hit the like button if you haven't. Reminder, we're available in podcast form. Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Type the Jake Asman Show and you'll be able to listen to the YouTube show in audio form. It's the same show. You just get it as a podcast. And if you missed the announcement at the start of the show, we have brand new merch items. New merch alert. We're now excited to share that we have Adidas line, Jake Asman Show hats, and ASMANIAC hats in the store. So check them out. Let's go to jakeasman.com. And you'll see in the hat category, the brand new items listed for you. If you're a Patreon user, 20% off. Use that code. More calls right now. This guy is now a Patreon user. He signed up right before the show. Ryan, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Jake? I did just sign up. How you doing?
I'm living the dream, Ryan.
Oh, you getting ready for that?
I know what's coming. Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
That's my boy. Let me know when you can hear me.
You're good. Go ahead.
I got a couple things. First of all, yes, I'm definitely supporting Bonesy on this. I love both guys, but I'm a big Bonesy guy, so I casted my vote for Bones. I didn't think it'd be this far of a runaway for Bones. I thought it was gonna be a closer matchup, to be honest.
I did too. I knew Bonesy was beloved, but but I knew Chef Kevin was as well. So this is just a testament to Bonesy's greatness. Bonesy might be the most dangerous 3 seed left.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I also got a couple things to say. I loved what Aaron Glenn had to say today. Every time he speaks, he just gives me a little more and more confidence as to where the team's headed. And I'm liking the direction. I like, how he stands on business, how he doesn't back down from reporters, and he has a pretty solid stance on pretty much everything that he says, So it's giving me confidence going into the season.
You can't help but not like the guy and want to root for the guy every time he talks. But I'm just going to continue to say what I've said. We all want Aaron Glenn to do well. We need to see it to believe it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I fully agree, and I can't actually wait to see it. If it translates to anything like what he's saying onto the field, we're going to have a pretty good season. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people.
Ryan, excellent job. Great call. Another great helmet talk. Give me a little tap.
I'm sure I'll be talking to you later, my guy.
There it is. Right, check it in. He's brand new to Patreon as well, so we can give him a shout out in person. Also, shout out to Barbarossa, who joined the Patreon. Tyrone Garcia, who renewed his membership. Cheats fan, who renewed his membership. Appreciate all of you. Mr. Bonesy writes in, appreciate the love, everyone. We've all been in this ASMANIAC family together for a long time. Mr. Bonesy, everyone. One of the greats. One of the greats. Dominating. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet 16 starts tomorrow. The opening matchup in our Sweet 16 is one for the ages. The number 1 overall seed, the only 1 seed on that side of the bracket to survive, as we saw Chiefs fan go down. Charles Gorman, the 1, big fella, the 4. Does big fella have it in him to knock out Charles Gorman?
Man, it stinks out here. Somebody needs to fix this or do something. I don't know. The stench is horrible. Bull. Whew. I don't even want to go outside anymore.
God, something stinks around here.
Go.
Joe, something smells around here. Do you smell that?
Yeah, it's not the normal
Bro,
smell.
I don't know what that is.
Al, this lunch looks great. You did a great job. Tea.
What? Al, can you believe this?
Flash later. I'm coming for that ass.
Big fella coming for that Charles Gorman ass. Let's ask him about it right now.
He's home, his bed is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, his smell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. He calls the show, his smell is on the bed. He's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the jets, super chats. There's a big fella, sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. That's a big fella.
Yo, what's going on?
Big fella.
I had to explain to my wife who I was like, I don't know who that woman is on the bed. It's
I thought that was your wife.
Oh, not today. No, I love my wife even more than that. But I know who Spider Jetman is.
Do you?
I do, and they've never been in the same room together. Dennis Gorman.
Interesting.
You know, I mean, I think that's definitely a possibility. You know, I am the world's greatest detective, so you know, I'll have to leave it at that.
Okay.
Getting to the Jets, I want more Aaron Glenn. I want him to be speaking.
I agree with you. Woody Johnson should never speak, and it never goes well. He always says something that just makes you scratch your head and go, really? Like James Dolan's a terrible public speaker too. He doesn't speak ever. And that's how it should be with Woody. Like, he doesn't need to speak. In the NFL, they make you speak more as owners than they do in the other leagues. But I like Glenn's the face of the franchise. He is. He talks. Jet fans like what he says. Anyone else talks, you go, what? Especially if it's Woody.
No, exactly. I mean, Woody, go play Scrooge McDuck in your vault full of gold, bro. Go swim in that thing. Now, what I want is less Woody. And the thing is, he just makes
not always. Sometimes you want a full Woody, you know?
Well, that's true. But
speaking from experience, obviously, you know.
I hear you. I hear you. He complimented the worst draft class of quarterbacks in recent history, man.
Trevor Lawrence is so great too. It's a great point. Yeah, the whole quote it's a moronic quote. You had the second pick. You chose Zach Wilson. Own it. Own it. You own the team. Own that pick. It's you, Woody. Own it. Stop passing blame on everyone else.
Exactly. And you would think he did give up ownership to his brother, but he knew he was getting it back. You would think, hey, Christopher, who are you going to draft? You know what I mean? If he liked Fields so much, and it's his team, he's only lending ownership to Christopher Johnson. Why the hell would he let him draft him? He's an ass. He makes a total ass out of himself every time he's on the mic. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of ass, your thoughts on going up against Charles Gorman tomorrow? Are you nervous? Are you excited? How you feeling?
It's gonna be fun, bro. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, my bad, everybody.
Listen, I've been saying I'm coming for his ass for a long time here. I've been dropping hints throughout the past, I don't know, ever since I, went up against JJ. All is revealed now. Okay. I am coming for his ass. Okay. The ass of the flatulator.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the ASMANIAC Rumble.
Charles, are you ready? Tomorrow's
I'm
going to be
be
great.
Pretty busy tomorrow.
No. Charles, you have to be there tomorrow. Come on.
You don't understand. I got to get blood work done.
Okay. What time?
At 10.
Well, it's the second show. It's going to be later in the day, man.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We're gonna have a good time. Trust me.
I hope so. Yeah.
You're a super villain now.
My bad, everybody.
You're a super villain. And I got to take you down, man. You know how Batman does it. I got to take.
Oh. My favorite superheroes take down their villains. But that's not the point. How are you doing, big fella? I've actually been wanting to talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Good. Just took care of some stuff today. Picked up my medication.
Good.
I'm going to shave my mustache tomorrow. My mother doesn't like it. She thinks I look like a walrus.
I don't think you look like a walrus. I think you look like a supervillain. The flatulator.
The flatulator. I haven't heard that term in so long, bro. Hold on, I'm going to record right now. Hold on. Oh, you. Yeah, I did that for shits and giggles. That I'm not gonna lie.
Literally shits and giggles, bro.
Um, yeah, things have been going good for me today.
Good,
I just
man.
had dinner. I had a burger and a potato knish.
Nice. Nice. You're going to need
I'm
to build
surprised,
up all
Dan
that.
Danger Zone and some people have never tried knishes. They are delicious.
That's true. They are delicious.
Especially potatoes, man. Potato knishes.
Charles, you're going to have to fill up the gas tank tomorrow, bro. Fill up the
I don't know
gas
about
tank.
filling up the gas tank, but
gotta
I just
fill it
gotta
up.
bring. I'm gonna try to get a video, send a promo video to Gator either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. That sounds good.
And it won't be well. Jesus Christ, Jake, you're unbelievable. I remember kids in school used to do the armpit farts. Now it's
Yeah.
the ass farts.
Well, that's where it's supposed to come from.
Yeah. Saw the Yankee game last night. I mean, yesterday afternoon.
No, I didn't see it.
They put up a few more home runs. Did you hear that Comcast is no longer to have the S network, so you might have to get the Gotham Sports app?
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I watched.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Charles,
Listen.
who the hell cares about the Comcast dispute with Yes on
Yeah.
a Jet show? What are you doing here?
Well, you're a
Charles,
Yankees fan,
fight
aren't you,
me.
Jake?
I brought
Fight
you on
me,
the rumble
Charles.
with Big Fella, not
Fight
talk
me,
about
flatulator.
not
Let's
the
go.
dish that you had for lunch today, which I'm
Well, I
happy
hope
to
you
hear went well.
well, I hope you like the taste of shit, big fella. So shit might
There
like
you go.
Yeah, talk
There
that,
you go.
talk
That's
that
what I want to hear
trash.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear tomorrow. All right? I want you to bring it tomorrow. I didn't do all this shit for nothing.
I know you didn't do all that shit for nothing.
I want some energy tomorrow, Charles.
Charles, lay on your bed like Big Fella. Really troll him tomorrow, all right?
Exactly.
Lay on your bed right now.
Lay
Give
on
us a
my bed to troll on big fella.
Yeah, give us a bed lay.
Well, sometimes the ways I lay on my bed is not suitable for all audiences.
Okay, lay on the bed.
Lay on the bed. Lay on the bed. No, the
turn
other
over.
way. The other
Turn
way.
over. Turn over.
Spin around. Belly on the bed. Come on, man.
Now do something that I wouldn't do. Say, "Oh, daddy." That is great. Charles, you're the best. It's tough to go against you. It's going to be tough to go against you. I want you to bring it tomorrow. You got that?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry for all the little small children that are watching Jake's show. There are two perverted men going at it.
You perverted men. No. The flatulator is the one who is into the ass play, not me, my friend.
Oh, because of the rumor that I bit my brother on the ass when we were kids. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Wait.
I have no idea what you just said.
Big Fella, hold on. I stand by. Charles, let's hear more about this. You allegedly bit your brother on the ass?
When supposedly my brother claims I bit him on the ass when we were very, very young kids. I don't remember that shit. I remember doing a lot of shit to my brother, but I don't remember biting him in the ass.
This sounds like something that obviously provided a traumatizing moment for your brother. I doubt he's misremembering such a crazy allegation. No.
Look, man, there's so many things you can remember from your early childhood, man. There's only so many things you can remember.
I'm starting to think this happened, Charles. Convince me otherwise.
I don't remember, Jake. I'm not denying it nor accepting it.
Where's Steady Eddie? I have to ask
He
him.
just got home. He's having dinner now.
All right, when he gets done, call back in with him, and let's get to the bottom of this, all right?
Well, I'm going to do another live stream of Madden 16 on my PlayStation 4, so...
I will give you the audience that I have. I don't know if you know this, Charles, a little bigger audience than you. I will give you the opportunity to plug your channel in exchange for allowing me to talk to Steady Eddie about you biting him on the ass.
Consider it done.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a deal has been made. Now we await Steady Eddie Gorman.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Bonesy takes steroids. Give me some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, Charles!
I'm not doing my job if I don't get insight on Bitegate. All right, I need to know. I need to know. K-Brock, Mr. Bonesy to the moon. Mr. Bonesy dominating still in the matchup. 68-32. And this says more about Bonesy than anything else because Chef Kevin's the man. He's a true legend. K-Brock, thank you for the super chat. Reminder to those of you tuning in. All week long, gift a membership to be in the raffle. Old school Joe Namath helmet, Don Maynard Hall of Fame signature helmet, Weeb Eubank helmet, and one of the prizes will be a replica Super Bowl III New York Jets ring. It is Super Bowl III theme week on the show. So your chance to win any of those prizes. More calls right now. We're going down under. Craig is in Australia. He joins us. Hello, Craig.
Mate, how are you?
Craig.
Now it's okay if I don't win the helmet because I do have something here that will suffice. You don't want to know what this is actually used for, but it'll do.
It looks like a cone, but I don't know what type of cone.
It is.
I don't know if I want to know.
I'm telling you, you don't. All I can say before the chat melts is it has not been used for what its intended purposes. Otherwise, otherwise I wouldn't wear it. So everyone take it easy. Now, Chef Kevin, great call earlier. You were genuinely, clearly an awesome guy. Not that I know you well. However, the first big meetup I had of Asmaniacs was at Alden's shoe store, and it was with this guy, and it was for it was for the shoe selling competition between Mr. Bonesy and Neil, and I even ended up in the street of Madison Avenue holding a Alden's sign, asking people who were coming by if they would come in and buy shoes. So Bonesy and I have quite a deep connection, so there was really no question about it. I had to vote for him. Also, he's just such a likable guy. The thing I look for if I'm interviewing someone for a job in my business, because believe it or not, when you have a medical device implanted in you, half the time the one they choose is actually the rep that they like as much as anything else. And so you've got to be likable, and Bonesy would have an automatic job with me. In fact, Sarah might need to be careful if Mr. Bonesy comes here, because I may need to trade up. You know, I'm not saying definitely, but like anything can happen, anything at all. But Mr. Bonesy, you are the greatest, mate. You got my vote. I hope you go deep, and I hope to see you in a few weeks, because Mrs. Craig and I, we walk many miles a day around Manhattan, and we always stop into Alden's to see the great man. So 4 weeks today, and we land in Newark. Let's go.
I'm also hearing strong rumblings of Craig going to a New York Yankees game with some Asmaniacs while in town. Strong rumblings.
They better hit a shitload of home runs when I'm there. If I go there and they lose 6-0, I'll be pissed, to say the least, because my son Austin and I have been relentlessly watching these games. And I'm conspiring with Nick Shine to get in touch with the Yankees to see if my son Austin can meet his favorite player, Austin Wells. So we're going to find a way.
Oh, I like
There's
that.
got to be. Yeah, there's got to be a way. I've got to be, surely if I hold up a big sign saying my Austin came 10,000 miles to meet your Austin. Surely that's got to be good for PR for them, right?
Craig, we're going to make it happen somehow, some way.
Yeah, we always do. We always do. So looking forward to my battle with Gary. I've got plans, as we've discussed. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to make it happen, but I'll come up with something.
If you pull it off, though, that might be your path to taking down Gary, which would be pretty incredible.
Well, it won't be easy. I consider myself an honorary Texan, so I've got that, if that's his thing. I do agree on the protein diet. but it does kind of end there, I have to say. But I'm not battling him over the moon landing or cholesterol causing heart disease. I don't have it in me. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Craig in Australia. Well done, Craig. I don't blame you. I wouldn't have it in me either. Asmaniac super chat from DN227. This time last year, all we showed was the chart of tight ends drafted in the first round that didn't receive second contracts. Is Tyler Warren truly that special? Yeah, I mean, you have to evaluate that. I watch him. I see it. I don't know if that means the Jets are going to agree. You also have to evaluate Tyler Warren versus what the other options will be in that scenario. If there was a receiver who had the same grade as Tyler Warren, I'm taking the receiver because to me it's a safer pick. I don't think any receiver in this class is worth a top 7 pick. So that's what you're weighing, you know? That's the question that we don't have the answer to. We'll see. I don't think they're going to take Tyler Warren, though. I think they're going to take an offensive tackle. I think the name to watch remains Armin Membu. I saw Mike Vrabel made a comment about Will Campbell being absolutely a tackle. If that's the case, they feel that way. I think he goes forward to New England because they need a tackle. I don't think the Giants are taking a quarterback now, and I don't know if Cleveland is either. So I think we could be looking at a scenario now where pick 1 is Cam Ward, pick 2 is either Hunter or Carter. Whichever player Cleveland doesn't take, the Giants take the other. Campbell will go 4, and then we'll see what happens at 5. Jacksonville, I believe, is a prime spot for Mason Graham. 6 could be Genty, the earliest he can go. It could be Warren. Actually, no, 6 is the Raiders. So forget Warren. They already have Bowers. 6 could be the best remaining defensive player on the board. 6 could also be Shador if the Raiders want to get a quarterback in the pipeline. I don't know. But I think there's a real scenario now where the Jets are there at 7 and the debate is Armin Membu and Tyler Warren, and what do? I hope Shador makes it to the Jets at 7 just to give us more of an opportunity to potentially move him back. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. More of your calls right now on the Gusbuster hotline. Let's see if his internet will hold. Mr. Bonesy. Bones.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wow. That's impressive. Man,
For now we can. Rip off some takes for the people before we lose you.
I just want to thank everybody for the love, man. Chef Kev is a great guy, and I'm surprised by the voting. I didn't think it would come out like this, but it just shows the love and the Asmaniac family I got. I love everybody. Chef Kev's a great guy. He was one of the first guys that came to the shoe store and bought something from me. I have this family in my prayers every night because he goes through a lot, and I'm just thankful, man. Thankful for everybody. I'm thankful for all the votes and all the support. It's a beautiful thing you got going, Jake. We're a big family, and you could just tell. Man. This support shows it. We're a big family that you've created, and I couldn't be more grateful for it. And it's the Jets, man. That's all this is about. Everybody knows also how I am about the Jets. You got to play that video again for Craig because he didn't get to see it, and I want him to see the love I have for him too because he was in there. Can you still see me? This is crazy that I'm on the train and you could actually hear me because normally the service is terrible here. But I'm just grateful, and I appreciate Chef Kev being such a good competitor, getting at me, trying to tempt me with the Joe Douglas slander. I'm a faithful guy, and I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's talk about the Jets, man. Let's talk about Woody for a second. Yeah,
baby.
Woody's saying that it was Lawrence and then Fields. It's just like, bro, what are you talking about? We passed on Fields. How could you not own up to that? Like, sometimes it's just like, thinking is overrated. It's just like some of his comments you just gotta laugh at because we're stuck with him. We're stuck with Woody. Let's hope he does it right because there's something about Glenn, guys. There's something about his arrogance with the media. You could tell like they kind of fear him already, and he's got this confidence, this bravado that it's got me confused. I honestly don't know how I feel because you said it earlier. I want to feel like you got to show me. Like none of this. Like I'm all in before I see it. But he's just like I don't know. There's something about him, and until those when losses come, I'm sure the media are going to get on that ass. But as of right now, I do love. It's a breath of fresh air from what Saleh used to say because Saleh was just tippy-toeing around everything, and I think we're going to actually be able to believe what Aaron Glenn says. It seems like that's the case right now. Don't you feel the same way?
I just want Aaron Glenn to do all the talking, and less Woody, the better. Because every time he talks, it's cringeworthy how bad he is at speaking publicly.
No, it's so true. You just want him to go back into hiding. It's like I want to hear from Muji too. I want to hear from Muji again. I need some because this draft coming up is so important.
Hey, hold on. Leanie's going to eat dinner. Leanie, I'm stopping my show to wish you and your family a wonderful meal because I love you, Leanie. Continue, Bonesy.
I love Leanie too. That's my girl, the queen, our queen herself. We all love you, Leanie. I'm a little delayed, Jake, but yeah, I'm going to call back in also when I get off the train.
The only thing better than all this.
Give it to us, Bones.
Oh, you guys want something? My name's Mr. Bonesy. I smoke that dro. I'm about to flow on the Jake Asman show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first step to being an LG legendary Asmaniac. But moving on to the next step, it's the craziness, being a crazy Jets fan. As you could tell, I wear my Jets gear everywhere, even in family photos that go on a Christmas card. When I got married, we had a Jets cake. We had a little couple smooches in next to that Jets cake, and then we did this.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And awesome. All the Jets fans in the house, good job.
Man, remember when we actually had hope as a franchise? It was a beautiful thing. I mean, what times those were. But moving on to the next step of legendary OG status, and that's hanging out with the Asmaniac family that Jake has built. You can't start that off with no one other than Gator himself, comedy genius, the legend. Love you, Gator. You move on to Cornrow Gary. We got Craig from Down Under and his beautiful wife. We got Nate Dogg and Gary's beautiful wife. We got Nate Dogg himself. Nate Dogg smoking 2 joints at once outside T Squared. We got Nate Dogg smoking 2 joints at once again at the Jets game. Speaking of weed, we got Clancy and Addison. We got me and Hawky Poo. Me and my friend who's in the witness protection program. I won't mention his name. We got the 3 amigos. I mean, look at this classic with me, Weed the People, Snowball, Knobcraft. Look, then we got Connor, the 3-year-old PFF champion himself. Chef Kev, baby. Me and Mark have a good day. Me, Jake, and my boyfriend, Nick Shine. Rat Diddy himself, he sent me the best birthday present I could have ever asked for, and that was Marilyn Monroe herself. And then look at this with JJ's arm. We call him the gripper. That guy did not let go of anybody's arm the whole night. And just some throwbacks to Vegas, J Mags, Richie from Jets Media, Lee Van. I'm just ending it on this last photo, me versus Neil. What a battle when I hosted the shoe off. I'm going to end it right there. Drop the mic. Vote Mr. Bonesy.
Let's go. Of course. Ready? Jets!
Let's go next.
What a video edited by Joe Bonesy. Shout out to Joe for that. And to be fair, we can't play that and not give Chef Kevin his due because he also submitted this campaign video. Bravo, Chef Kevin. Tough battle, man. Tough battle. Bonesy right now in control, 68-32. But, I mean, you can't dispute what Chef Kevin brings to the show. It's testament to Bonesy's greatness that he's up by that much. That's crazy. June, the GM, is next. What's up, June?
Hey, what's going on, Jake? You know, one thing about Kevin, I'm not too familiar with Mr. Bonesy, but his video obviously showed his greatness, that he's a legend in this game. If everybody, he knows how long he's been around. Much respect. But I was on Boy Green's show one day, right? And there was a guy, Kevin was on there, and there was a new caller. I guess for some odd reason, he thought that Kevin dissed him. And the guy called him, and I mean, he was ready to fight, Jake. He was heated. And the way that Chef Kev handled the guy, you know, the way he spoke to him with knowledge and basically just calmed the whole guy's mood down and changed the whole trajectory of his anger into love was impressive. So although it looks like he's going to take an L, you know, Chef Kev got a lifelong fan in me. I can't wait to meet him in person when I win the raffle because I did enter, you know that. But, you know, I think that this is a tough matchup. This is one of those matchups that there's really no losers in it, man. They're both great. And another side note, Mr. Jake, from day one, man, my favorite two callers, man, if it means anything, is definitely Gorman. Gorman's great, bro. I mean, he's just must-see TV, bro. And Neil, I mean, I don't know what it is, but Neil and Gorman is like, they don't need to try to be funny. Like, they come on, and I'm just like, these dudes are great. I hope they meet in the final. Can they meet in the finals? Is that a possibility?
Gorman and Neil, I believe they could meet in the final four. They would meet.
Okay, yeah, because I look at Neil like Auburn, and then I see Gorman like Duke, man. It's gonna be hard to beat him, man. I mean, Gorman is just legendary without trying, and now he's gonna shave the mustache. Oh, come on, man. Gorman's elite. He's elite, man. There's no one like him in the whole tournament.
Look, if you make it this far in the tournament, June, you're elite because we got the best callers in sports that are part of this show. So
we got the most loyal callers because one thing I've noticed that, you know, the OGs are always going to vote OG, and it's just a testament to your show and how, you know, how faithful they are to the regime, man. And it should be like that, right? So knowing you do jump on the scene and start going all the way to the final four, there is a history there, a lineage there, and I got to respect it. Now, pertaining to the Aaron Glenn thing, I like when Woody talks, Jake. It gives us things to talk about. How could you not like Clowny Woody? Woody sits the he was drunk. You see, he was drunk. He looked like he just had a few. I gotta love Woody because he's crazy.
Thinking he's overrated.
I mean, That's all right. That's why you need Woody, man. But somebody said it earlier. Every time Glenn talks, Glenn does give you a sense of confidence and competency, where as if you feel that at least the team's gonna show up on Sundays, unlike last year, the many Sundays, I don't know what happened. But I do think that Glenn brings that confidence with him. Is it gonna equate to wins? Like you said earlier, only time will tell, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just. I want to see it, June. That's kind of where I'm at. Glenn sounds like a head coach. He doesn't sound like a first-time coach. All that is nice. Let's win some games, though. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing he's going to be judged on.
I'm with you, bro. Honestly, I'm tired. I'm tired of not smelling a playoff berth, man. I'm 100% with you. Like I told everybody, this is the first year that I'm tempering expectations. I'm not going crazy. My wife's not going to hear me scream playoffs and deep AFC runs. I'm just let's see what happens, man. I'm looking forward to the draft party, the 24th. I'll be there live in
That we could be excited about. That will be fun regardless of what the Jets do in the
That's
regular
gonna
season.
be fun, and hopefully we're happy and not going crazy inside that bar the 24th, man.
I love it. By the way, June, because I know you're a big hat guy. I don't know if you saw the top of the show. We got new hats at the merch store. They're Asmaniac and Jake Asman Show Adidas.
There's only one problem with it, Jake. There's only one problem. I'm a manager for Nike.
Oh, are you really?
Signed. That's my day job. I'm a manager for Nike. So when I seen I don't know if I can do it. It's beautiful, but it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Maybe I can and just twist it to the side a little bit so they don't see the,
Hey, get me a Nike deal then, June. We'll make Asmaniac Nike.
Hey, listen, man, it's tough, but I might be able to pull aside a few strings for some other things, though. We can talk.
I like it. You're the man, June. Good call. All right, let's get to more of your calls here. Did I miss any super chats? I don't believe we did. So we're caught up. Voting continues. Be like June and get your draft ticket early before we sell out. Check it out. Clinton Hall, drink included with your purchase of a ticket, entered in the raffle. That night, we're going to be giving away the following items: signed Sauce Gardner jersey, signed Joe Klecko jersey, signed Nick Mangold jersey, signed Jermaine Johnson jersey, jet tickets, and much more. So join us the night of the draft. Come party with us. It's going to be a blast. If you've never been to an event before, I think anyone in the chat who has been can tell you they're always fun. You put a face to all the callers you see on the show. James is next. What's up, James?
Jake, how's it going, man?
What's going on, James?
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Appreciate
Hey, welcome aboard, James. What took so long?
Thank you. No, you're right. You're right. I need to become an Asmaniac after this. I got to subscribe.
Join the Patreon. The best way to do it, get in the Discord, and you'll be able to keep up with everything going on.
Exactly. I'll do that right after this. Real quick, just a personal question besides the Jet stuff. Who's your favorite? Is it Neil? Is it Lane Train? Is it V-Man? Who is it?
In my bracket, I picked Mikey to win the whole thing, but my bracket's cooked. Okay. So I don't think I'm winning my own bracket pool.
Like all of our regular brackets, right? Like all of our real NCAA brackets. Who knows?
Pretty much.
The first time since like 2008 where it's all the one seeds.
Yeah, first time since 2008. Yep.
That's crazy, man. Well, listen, I mean, just a couple takes here. Like, I don't think any diehard fan is surprised by Woody's comments, right? I mean, you just see that comment, and you're just like, that's kind of in line with what Woody says most of the time, and it's
he always says something that you're just like, what are you talking about, dude? So it's just like, let Aaron Glenn speak. And I think, but all I care about with Woody from this point on is he going to let Aaron Glenn do it his way? To me, the answer is unequivocally yes. So Glenn's got to win pretty early here. Otherwise, then you worry about Woody being Woody again. I'm not worried about it right now.
As a Mets fan, right? Like I had to watch the Wilpons kind of do like, not as much talking as Woody did, but with the transition of Steve and coming in and seeing his positive influence, it just reminds me, like I was a Mets and Jets and Knicks fan my whole life growing up. And like, it's unbelievable how important the owner is, really. Like, I know you're a Yankees fan. Like, you guys had Steinbrenner. You dominated forever, right? You're the most famous franchise probably in sports history. And it's because you had great ownership from the top. And like, I just get reminded every time, like on this random day, you're just like, God, like, can our owner can he just for once, like he gets an F from the players and he's like saying it's bogus. It's like, how can you say that? Like the players are the ones that are telling you that, it boggles my mind. A couple other things too, just a couple draft takes real quick. In your opinion, FanDuel released that the Jets 5.5 over under wins this year, which, as I've heard you talk about, would be totally, if we were in that range, totally unacceptable, right? With Glenn and Muji, there's no breaks with them. You got to come in and you got to win, right? In your opinion, FanDuel's saying 5.5, ESPN saying 5.5. Are you changing your draft strategy based on the amount of wins that we're projected to get? Because I think everyone's leaning Warren. But if you go and you say, well, maybe if we're not projected to do pretty well, maybe we got to just go with Membu and fix the offensive line.
I think it has no impact on what they're doing. I think they're just going to take the player they think makes them the
Right.
best, or whatever they determine their final decision comes down to. I think they're going to go BPA, and if they have a higher grade on Membu, they'll take him over Warren. That's how I think it's going to play itself out.
I got one more last take, and it's a little bit crazy. I understand it's a little bit of a reach here, but I want to make this call. What's today? March 31st. So it's, less than a month away from the draft. I find it kind of crazy. Like, I've done I'm a draft addict. Like, I love looking at all the players and all that stuff. I've done a ton of mock drafts. Like, Abdul Carter has the ability to fall. And I know, just like, hear me out for a second, right? Like, it's a very high possibility that he can go to the Browns, right? But the Browns could easily take Shador. So then at that point, the Giants aren't taking Shador. They're going to go with Travis Hunter, right? So you get to 4, right, with the Patriots, and that's another hump, right? There's going to be several humps, right? You got to get the hump over the Browns. You got to get the hump with the Patriots. And now you got to get the hump with the Raiders probably, right? But there are cases for where he actually falls to the Jets. And I don't want to hear anyone say we're taking Membu or Warren over Abdul Carter.
No, if Abdul Carter's there, you take him. But
you are taking him 100%.
I don't think there's any chance that happens, though, James.
And for the most part, I agree. I understand it's a crazy take. But, I mean, I'm just saying, right? If he gets to 4 and the Patriots decide to protect Drake May instead of go with BPA, I'm telling you it's possible. Because the Jaguars have 2 good edges, right? Mason Graham's kind of the need there. And then it's basically a decision between Genty and Carter, right?
And again, I know it's a crazy take. Don't get yourself excited about the possibility. You're just going to be disappointed. It ain't happening.
I won't, man. Hey, listen, man. Thanks for the call. I'm going to subscribe, all right?
James, I appreciate you calling, man. Are you in New York, by the way? Where are you based out of?
So I'm in New Jersey. I'm in Bergen County. I know that you're having the draft party, but I'm actually in Italy because I'm getting married there in September this year. So I got to go early to do a bunch of wedding stuff out there.
You're getting married in Italy.
I'm getting married in Italy. My girlfriend's from Sorrento. So it's a good situation.
Wow, James, that's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you calling in and looking forward to hopefully more of your calls. All right.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
James checking in. How about that? Getting married in Italy. That's nuts. Good for you, James. Damn. You got to be like JJ and call in from Italy, or Snowball and call in from Italy, or Jay Graves and call in from Italy right before the wedding. Also, this is for you, James.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
I am not retiring that drop. I don't care if Rodgers is not the quarterback. I will keep playing that for as long as I can. Luppy with 5 channel memberships that have officially been gifted for the people. The Lupman delivers. Toxic Spectre, Ja on Court, Sean McNeil, Jally Abud, Craig Sneaker King, all receiving channel memberships. Get in the raffle while you still can. I got more prizes to be announced. It's Super Bowl III theme. Weave Eubank signed helmet. Don Maynard signed helmet. Joe Namath old school helmet. Boom. More of your calls right now on the Gus Buster hotline. Lounging in his chair is none other than this guy.
Hi, Jake. Guess what? I got you stuff you sent me.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Close. I get up. This thing right here.
There you go.
That's a different. That wasn't from the. Was it? That wasn't from the other thing, right?
Have you ever owned a shirt of your own face?
Well, I do have that other shirt. Me too. The midnight vote for me in 2024.
I'm expecting you to wear that hat all the time now. All right.
Yeah, for your show. Yeah, definitely.
Right. No, I want it on your show too.
All right. Well, I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, well, that looks good.
All right. Well,
I
thanks
do
for the time,
too.
Bob.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jets could use the football gods to be on their side. So we check in right now with Jets Jesus. Hello, Jets Jesus.
What's up, Jake? How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Took a morning of snowboarding and made it in time to call. I've been busy working in snowboarding the past few days, so catching the shows on late watches. But today was able to miss the morning show. As I got to the mountain, I was waiting, and I was like, all right, we ain't going. I'm going.
Did you cast your vote in the battle between Clifton and Jay Graves?
I did. I popped in on the mountain real quick to get my vote in. I've actually done that a few times this week, which has been pretty fun. I'm like, oh, there's a show going. Let me go get my vote in real quick.
That's incredible.
So good times, man. If I never hear from Woody Johnson again, my life will be better.
Amen. He's incapable of ever having a smooth media availability that doesn't create some sort of headline.
Yeah, and in general, he just seems like such a scumbag.
He's a terrible public speaker. I mean, I just think he's very socially awkward and he's not a great speaker. And then when he speaks, it makes it worse on top of the fact that people are looking for that quote to pounce, and he gives it to them every time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. They lob it to him, and he just vomits all over it. And
John Mara, the last 10 years has been just as incompetent, but he's a way better public speaker. So the media doesn't pounce the way they do on Woody.
That makes sense. Now the exact opposite of that, I went and watched the Aaron Glenn interview this morning after I got off the mountain, and hearing him speak, now that amps me up. That I still really like. That's still, hopefully they have success and it stays that way, and we get to see positive Jake come back. I like you holding your ground and keeping us neutral and grounded in this, and not just getting excited like we do with every new head coach and big signing and that kind of stuff. So that's awesome. But yeah, hearing him speak, I'm excited. I like what he's got to say. I really liked oh man, who was the corner from the Stewart, the rated Stewart, the corner from the Ravens?
Stevens. Yeah, that was a good answer on him. I mean, look, well, if they turn Stevens into a player, that's a nice win for this coaching staff to have some confidence in what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like that, because that signing, if Joe Douglas made that signing, he'd be tarred and feathered for that type of contract given out, right? Letting DJ Reed go and bringing in Brandon Steve. It's like, what? But let's see if they know what they're doing with that type of move.
What I really liked about Aaron Glenn's answer is he addressed what the main issue is with him, right? If you look through what it is, it's it's him watching, it's him being able to get his head around, looking at the ball, understanding what the quarterback's doing, not just what his man's doing, and being able to make that play, because that's greatly lacking. And I like that Aaron Glenn specifically addressed that, not just focused on the positives, where it's like, this is what we need to do to improve this player. That's something different than we've seen in even our defensive coordinators that I can remember, or offensive coordinators talking about offensive players and not just going, oh, he's a great player and he's got this positive and that positive. It's no. We understand this is an issue. We're working on this. It will be addressed. I mean, obviously it's got to get done, but I like that approach.
You can't hear Glenn talk and not be hopeful, right? Like the guy sounds like a coach. He's a Jet. Like, I just hope it works, man. Because if it doesn't, it's like, you don't even know what to say at that point. Like, it has to work. He has to be the guy. Otherwise, I have no answers anymore.
Yeah. And speaking of coaches, shout out to Chef Kevin. That was one of the things that really won me over in the last round when he mentioned all the other things that he does, including coaching, besides being a chef, which obviously is in his name. But yeah, when he mentioned all those other things that he did, and coaching was one of them. We obviously saw him on the basketball court for one of his calls. That was cool. So shout out Chef Kevin. Obviously, Bonesy's the OG. But fun matchup today for right now, for sure.
I love it. Jets Jesus, you're the man. Appreciate you squeezing time on the mountain to cast your vote. He understands his responsibility as an Asmaniac. You only get one vote. You have to exercise your right to vote on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on the show, we're on to the Sweet 16. But we have one more round of 32 before we get to the Sweet 16. Doug on the couch versus V-Man. And then the big fella, Charles Gorman. Upcoming Sweet 16 matchups. Lowski versus Briga. Castro versus Weed. Neil versus David T. Gary versus Craig. Ricky versus Jay Quest. Kyle Clifton versus the Lane Train. It's going to go by fast. Our projected national title game should be 1 week from today. Be ready. It's about to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 overall seed in our tournament has called back. We are hoping he is with his brother so we can get to the bottom of Assgate. No, not Charles farting. Charles allegedly biting his brother's ass when they were very young.
Hey, Charles! You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. Hey, Charles! I'm not saying that those who take steroids. I need some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, Charles!
Hello.
Steady Eddie, what's the real story here? Break it down for the people.
What do you mean, what's the real story?
Did your brother bite your derriere?
That's what I recall. I could be wrong. Take my memory with a grain of salt.
All right, well, set the scene for us. What age? What happened? Break it down.
What age? Okay, he was maybe about 4 or 3, and I was maybe 5 or 6.
Okay, so you're a couple years older than Charles. And what do you remember? What happened? What's the context?
It was probably just fighting over toys or personal space, and we just started getting into a wrestling match, and he just did what he wanted to do. So, I can't really, I don't know.
Was that a traumatizing experience for you that you remember it this many years
No,
later?
it wasn't traumatizing, no.
Charles, what do you have to say for yourself?
I was a kid, okay? What do you expect?
I see. I think it happened, Charles. I know you don't remember it, but I don't think Steady Eddie would forget something like that.
If I did, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. Look.
Have you ever apologized to your brother?
Yes.
Steady Eddie, do you accept your brother's apology?
Do you accept my apology?
Yes.
He accepts my apology.
Okay. Roseanne wants to know, were you hungry for a piece of Eddie's cake?
No, I was not.
Frank says, I love Charles' pauses. He knows how to work us as an audience. It's not a coincidence. Charles, who'd you vote for, Chef Kevin or Mr. Bonesy?
I voted for Mr. Bonesy.
How come?
Yeah.
I don't know. He seems like a cool dude.
Luppy wants to know, did you have a neck beard at 3?
No, I never had a neck beard at 3.
Mike writes in that he loves your angles.
Thank you. Now,
All-Star Chris says that Big Fella is coming for your mama's tuna.
oh, I think you mean King Lowski. He always comes for my damn food.
Chef Kevin says, Gorman hates me. I only offered him a job multiple times.
I don't hate you, Chef Kevin. Stop making up crap.
Chef Kevin does bring up a good point. How do you not vote for the man that was willing to give you a job at his...
It came between a rock and a hard place. Mr. Bonesy has been good to me. Chef Kevin's been good to me.
Yeah, but did Mr. Bonesy offer you a job at Alden's?
No.
Exactly. So shouldn't Chef Kevin get your vote because he offered to basically have you at his famous restaurant?
Yes, and I understood that, but look, Jake, I don't hate. I'm not the type of guy that likes to hate people. Okay, I don't know what possessed people to say that crap, but I don't really like to hate people. I'm not the hateful person.
How do we know that?
because I know who I am. I know who I be.
You know who you be?
Yes.
What else is new, Charles? I haven't heard from you in a couple days.
I'm doing fine. Getting ready for tomorrow. I got blood work to do. I got to go to the bank to take out money to pay my lease, to pay my rent for my apartment. I signed
Wow.
the lease.
When do you move in?
The supposed date is April 15th, but it's subject to change.
So April 15th, I'm coming over to broadcast live.
No. April 15th is when I'm trying to move in.
Okay, so April 16th, I'm coming over to broadcast live.
No.
Okay, so April 17th, I'm coming over to broadcast
You're not
live.
coming over, Jake.
Ever?
Not until further notice.
Charles, you hate me.
I'll tell you what, Jake. When I get my priorities straightened out for this time being, I'll let you come over, okay?
Do we have a timeline on how long that's going to take for you to get your priorities straightened out?
Well, I'm definitely trying to come to your event on April 24th.
That's right. I've been told there's several lovely ladies, as you would say, that are excited to meet you.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Are you?
Yes.
Why, I haven't spoken to you about this. Who spilled the beans?
No one spilled the beans, but I'm sure there are some lovely ladies that are willing to see me at the draft party on April 24th.
When you say willing to see you, like just visualize you sitting there, or actually see you, like go on a date?
Actual seeing me.
All right.
Not on a date, but seeing me in person for the first time.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get my live stream ready.
Well, Charles, I promised you the opportunity to promote your channel in exchange for an interview with Steady Eddie Gorman about you biting his derriere when you were 4. So now the floor is yours, Charles. What do people need to know about your YouTube channel?
Well, right now I'm going to do another live stream of Madden 16, a redo of my Jets franchise mode. I'm 5-0 right now. Hopefully, things turn out good. I play the Patriots this upcoming game.
You better win.
I hope so. Anyways, peace out.
Craig wants to know if you and Mario could have a butt-biting competition.
Who's Mario, his dog?
Jay Quest wants to know, can I hump you, or is that off the table?
You will not hump me, Jay Quest. You hump me, you're going to find some awkward pain in the morning.
Joe M wants to know, how many farts do you plan on cutting?
When I cut my farts, I cut my fart. There's no scheduled time. Bye.
So you just let it rip. He's gone. Damn. Man, thank you to Charles for blessing us with greatness.
Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm going to talk about Spider-Man and movies and sports and video games and maybe hot chicks.
Gorman, big fella, second show on the day tomorrow. Get ready. Sweet 16 action tips off tomorrow. Knob deep. Would Charles settle for a single mom? Charles, please let us know how you feel about a single mother. More of your calls right now. Finnish Jet fan, a.k.a. Australian Jet fan who lives in Finland. What's up, man?
Hey Jake, how you going?
What's going on?
I just wanted to ask, now with Mikey Midnight out of the competition, who's your pick? It has to be Charles, right?
Well, I had Charles versus Mikey in the finals, but I think there's a lot of momentum right now for King Lowski. If I had to reevaluate, I know Lowski's got to deal with Briga, but Lowski has a couple of things going for him that this tournament has shown us. He's an OG. He is as diehard and passionate of a Jet fan as anyone, and he brings the entertainment factor. So I feel like Lowski is a dangerous 3. Bonesy is clearly in the conversation. I think you have to consider Neil, you have to consider Gary. I don't know if this is Gorman's tournament to lose right now.
Also, I was wondering if you saw the Brees Hall trade to the Cowboys.
He did not get traded.
Did you not see Adam Schefter's tweet?
What was his tweet? Are you trying to do an April Fool's
Trade to
prank?
the
'Cause it's-
Cowboys, pick 44 and a future first.
Yeah, that's not happening. But you could try and convince me otherwise. It's April Fool's, I guess, in Finland already. So I see
It
what
is.
you're doing
I
there.
tried.
Well,
I
guess
tried.
what?
I tried
I
getting
ain't
ahead of the
falling
game.
for that bull. Get out of here. Not on this show. Not up in here. I wasn't falling for that. I don't know what day it is in Finland. Nice try. Brees Hall to the Cowboys. Here's what I have to say to that one.
Oh, my bad, everybody.
I smelt the BS all over that one. All over it.
Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Let's say hello to our dear friend who resides in the attic of champions. Beastbreaker 666. Where's my buttons here? There it is.
Would you silence, or should I do one of these? Oh, very, very funny. I like that one. Now that was a good part. Very, very good. Brees Hall to the Cowboys? I don't think so. Not in your lifetime. I ain't falling for that kind of poop stain Patterson dog poop. Tomorrow I'm gonna be cooking boigas on this show. I'm gonna get my professional grill and we're gonna have a cookout. Oh yeah. And I'm also gonna do something that no one's never seen me do before. I'm gonna put some steaks on that grill and we're gonna have a barbecue action. So you get to see the real king of the grill on this show. So get your spatulas ready and get all your utensils ready. We're gonna have some good eats, and we're gonna
Beast.
party like no one's ever partied before.
Beast, who'd you vote for in the Bonesy versus Chef Kevin matchup?
I gotta go with Chef Kevin. He's got experience in the kitchen. I've seen his work, but one of these days, this is what I wouldn't mind seeing: a 3-way pizza match. His pizza, Gary's pizza, and the master. A 3-way dance. Chef Kevin, if you can hear me, I want to see what pizza you can cook for me. I want to see what you got.
Wow, Chef Kevin says
Three-way
he likes you
dance.
now. You just won Chef Kevin over.
3-way dance. But one of these days, not right now, it'll come when the time is right. It'll come. Just remember, do you remember the one saying from what Al Bundy once said? If you build it, it will come. You remember that?
Do you think Gary's ducking the pizza making contest against you, Beast?
I think so. And to Gary, vegetables are supposed to be good for you. They're healthy. They get you strong. Same with spinach. Same with carrots. Same with a salad. It's called roughage. See, if you don't eat roughage, you ain't gonna make it. You have to have roughage. That's part of life. I've had roughage since I was a little kid. I mean, that's supposed to help the body too. I mean, you're supposed to have the vitamins A, B, C, and D. That's all part of the nutrients in life. What's my favorite salad? Chicken salad. But here's the difference with the chicken salad. I like my chicken. I like my turkey. I like my cheese. I like my bacon. I have no problem with French or Russian dressing. Your burgers. First of all, I'm gonna say this right now for everybody. If you're going to do beef patties, you got to do these day in advance. You got to marinate them burgers at least for a day or two. Salt, pepper, Worcestershire, teriyaki into the fridge at least for a day. Once that meat is marinated and it's ready to go onto the grill, but you don't throw it on there, not like that. No. You have to wait 5 minutes. Once that grill is piping hot, then you get it on. But you got to get that burger very, very, very tender. But make sure when you put that burger on, don't break the burger. You break the burger, you're shit out of stick. A B cell is 90% ranch. Sweetheart, I love Gabagoo. That's number one, but I'm never gonna give that up. Never. Not in a lifetime. Maybe when I'm 90, yeah, but not right now. Oscar, you don't put Gabagoo on a burger. Maybe for you, yes, but not for me. Rat Diddy, I'm doing fine with my water fast. Thank you very much. It's called I have 3 or 4 cups a day. That's good for the body. It's good for the body. You ever hear of this? Work this in. I'm working it in. Come on. It's not hard to take a walk or walk in the store or have a little exercise. Okay, who's coming on here? Who's this guy? Commander.
I like how you
Commander and who?
queef, baby.
What the hell?
It's a frontal fart from the ladies.
So how are you doing, Mr. Thunderlips?
I'm doing good. I'm in the flesh, baby. I like how you asked yourself a question and then answered it.
Where are you stationed at?
Why? What's up?
What's this area? Are you at? Are you at a horse track?
Oh, no. This is Old Dominion baseball field, actually.
Nice.
I'm trying to get my J quest in and get some steps while the kids have practice.
Aha. Tell me something. Did you ever play baseball when you were a kid?
No, I sucked football.
You what? You sucked at baseball?
Yep.
Hey,
I was worse than you.
Hey, I was 16 when I first started, but by the time I got to 17, I was smacking baseballs like bullets. I was already pew, pew, pew. I was knocking them left and right with bullets. Oh, look at this guy. It's Al Bundy. How you doing, Al Bundy?
Beast. I just heard you voted for Chef Kev. That hurts a little bit, though.
Well, hey, he's a chef.
No, I'm just kidding, man.
He's a cook. Hey, all cooks have to work. It's called. I see this cooking. He surprised me with his cooking. He might one of these days he might be a next Gordon Ramsay. So just it's common sense. I mean, you're Al Bundy. I mean, you sell shoes. I mean, that's why you should put, instead of Joe Douglas fan number 1, you should put the next Al Bundy.
Beast, is wrestling real?
If you watch the greats of Stu Hart, did you ever watch the Harts? Did you ever watch Bret Hart or Owen Hart or his family wrestle?
Bret the Hitman Hart, that was my dog. I saw him pass away live when I was a kid.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: the Hart family dungeon. If you ever watched who came out of that Hart family dungeon, I'm gonna run a couple names by you: Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, Jim D'Angelo Neidhart, British Bulldog, Dynamite Kid. You could even ask the likes of oh my God, Greg the Hammer Valentine. So many of the other greats. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Woody sucks.
Woody sucks.
Right. Yeah, that is true, PBM. Woody has no idea what he's talking about. The guy is a complete butthead. I mean, dude, it's called, dude. Woody, hear me loud and clear. You're old. You don't have it anymore. It's called, you got to learn to let the young grow. You can't just, you keep.
Woody puts his foot in his mouth. He's got to learn to shut the F up. Man, he keeps talking.
That's correct.
Shut up.
Thinking is overrated.
Nail on the head. That is correct. The man needs to shut up and get out of the way. It's called, dude, you have to let the young generation grow. You can't.
Who you want in the draft? 7 overall. Anyone you want there? Who you got?
Well, first of all, I'm looking right now. These draft.
No, I need a name. I need a name.
Let me say this. It's either going to come down to Warren or it's going to come down to Membrew, because right now we're lacking in 2 different departments. We're lacking in defense and we're lacking in offense. And there's
All right, home stretch of the show here. Last chance to vote for Bonesy. We say hello to Purple Belt Mike, who's up next on the show. Hey, Mike.
What up? What up? Why do you think Woody has to open his mouth and
He
talk
can't
about?
help himself because he just
That's what it is.
he can't help himself. Yeah, I mean that's
But
it.
every time he does it, he makes himself and the Jets look like assholes with
Every time.
all his comments.
That's why. Well, remember the Jets beat was all up in arms when he didn't speak after the season. He did the one-off interview with Brian Costello on the Post. This is why they didn't want him to speak because they know it's bad every time he opens his mouth.
Hopefully, he's watching like the replays of him just putting his foot in his mouth when he could have drafted Fields in the first place. And I don't know, dude. It's a comic show. Really is. Really is, man. But
how are you, Mike?
I'm good. I've been busy at work, dude. I didn't even watch the morning show. I voted for Bonesy. No disrespect to Chef Kev, that's my dude. I met him at the meetup, but I really like Bonesy's intro. And I like Bonesy. But I like both guys or whatever, but something about the intro with, Joey D, and he totally rules, even though he sucks. It's just something about it,
Wow,
So,
the intro got the vote.
intro.
Interesting.
And you know what? Like, the intros kind of sway me. If you have a good intro, I'm just going to vote for you because I like that. I don't know if that's cool or not, but
Who has your favorite intro of all the callers?
everyone's caller, the best one. I like Beast Breakers.
Did you vote for Beast over Brigga?
That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great PBM.
Breaker 666. He's the man who would kick your ass. And then he's gabagoo.
Hey, Beast, real quick, fan question for you. Knob Deep says, do you eat salads with syrup or jelly? Beast? Syrup or jelly? Thanks for the time, Beast. We might not get the answer. I tried, people. No super chat left behind around here. Australia Jet Fan says, got absolutely sent, so I didn't get to finish, but I told my friend I was getting deported and got Chat GPT to write me a fake email. Was this too far? Someone likes April Fool's Day in Finland. All right, one last call, and then we close it out. I have a fun night ahead. I'm seeing Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, and a bunch of other incredible comedians doing a charity stand-up show at the Beacon tonight. So I got to get to that. So Devin, close us out, and then we'll declare a winner in ASMANIAC Madness. What's up, Devin?
No pressure. What's up, Jake? You know what? That's okay, though. I got it. My title here, my underscore, captures it perfectly. I do love this show, man. Thank you so much, bro. You are my entertainment. You are my daily addiction. I am undoubtedly an Asmaniac. I don't think I could stop even if I wanted to. I tune in at work. I can't stop. I got to vote. I have to vote. I love this. By the way, I love Bonesy. Bonesy, I love you, bro. You and me and Joe D, we go way back. However, I just had to vote for Chef Kev. Plus, you know what? I cook. So I want that tavern, Cloverleaf. That's what I was gunning for. So
that's
Kev,
what
if
the
you're
meetup, the
listening
training
for,
camp meetup will be there this summer, Devin. I can't wait.
I gotta try to make it down there for that, man. I gotta try to make that happen, man. That's gonna be something. I'm gonna go the next time I'm in Jersey, Kev. I am going to the Cloverleaf Tavern to have some food, and I'm only gonna go if you're there though. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. However, one of the things I was thinking about as Woody has been crushed this evening, I was thinking about the fact that like this man represented us as the United States of America for 4 years.
Well,
can you
to be
imagine
fair,
what conversations were like?
I really don't know what an ambassador to the UK does.
It doesn't
but
matter.
I
It doesn't matter. He can't speak.
I would love to hear some
Everything
of the
everybody says.
conversations. Yeah.
Everything everybody says, saying he cannot speak, he should not speak, he shouldn't say anything. And I like, I would have loved to be in there and just be a part of that and just hear it, just witness it. That'd have been phenomenal. But yeah, man, and I am. I don't know how I'm this optimistic. I know I was optimistic last year. I pretty much am an optimistic person as it pertains to my 12-5. But you know what? You kept saying 12-5 for 2 years straight, and you know what? Damn it, we're due. It's coming. You're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen, and it's gonna happen. And I have confidence that it will. I don't know why.
You know, thinking is overrated.
I hope so.
I love you, bro. Appreciate you putting me on. I can't wait to see you again at the next meetup. And I love the show, and I love all of you contestants on the that just do the most, man. Big fella, good luck. I don't know. I Charles is just a different force, man. That's like a force of I can't even. He doesn't even have to do anything. I'm gonna shave my mustache, and you're just like, okay.
It's just you put him on, you just ask him some questions, and eventually he's gonna say something, and you just know, well, there it is.
It's amazing. I love it. Thank you so much, my brother. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I can't wait to just meet you again, bro.
I can't wait, Devin. Say hi to your family for me. Got to meet Devin in person at the Texans game. We did the big group buy for, which was a great night. I mean, the Jets won that night. Garrett made the catch of the season. Probably the best catch I will ever see live in person at any game I ever go to. But, you know, that was like one of the few moments we had this past year. Everything else was worse than a Gorman fart. All right. I appreciate everyone tuning in here. Let's make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, another matchup in ASMANIAC Madness is officially in the books. Congratulations to the great Mr. Bonesy on advancing to the Sweet 16. Bonesy officially defeats the 6th seed, the great Chef Kevin, 68-31. 630 votes officially were cast, which is a very good number. Appreciate everyone who voted. Congrats to both candidates, the effort they put in to campaign, make videos. Shout out to Chef Kevin for that. Shout out to Joe Bonesy for the late night editing. But only one ASMANIAC can advance. We're all winners around here. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since advancing to the Sweet 16, we check in with Mr. Bonesy.
The only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Oh, you did it.
Man, it was a battle, man. Chef had me on my toes. I mean, look. He called me out yesterday. I had to put together a little video campaign. That was what a great opponent. I mean, I can't express enough how Chef Kev, again, he was the first visitor that I had at the shoe store a couple of years ago. He's the first ASMANIAC to actually buy a pair. And, you know, I've had Chef Kev's family in my prayers since, not to get religious, but I pray for Chef every night. And I love that man. He's the nicest guy you'll meet. It was a great battle, and this was like a Final Four. Shout out to the bracketeers who made this thing. You guys really this was a good battle right here. This deserved to be in the top 4. So just wanted to shout out everybody for voting. You know I love you guys. We're a big family, and man, this is exciting. I'm honored, and I appreciate all the love. Let's go Jets, baby. Jake, you know I love you, and I just want to say about about Purple Belt Mike talking about the intros. you know my favorite intro is it's got to be one of. It's not even an intro. It's more just Gary. Everything Gator does with Gary is always just incredible. So I do respect that from Purple Belt Mike, because Gator just makes everything so funny and so much fun. So I love you guys, and let's go, baby. Jets, Jets. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, the 3 seed advances to the Sweet 16, Mr. Bonesy.
The only thing better than all these shoes is sexy Rexy, because he also loves food. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody, and man, these Jets are depressing.
Congrats to Bones. He's moving on. Mr. Bonesy advances. Here's a look at the bracket. We'll update it, of course, for the show tomorrow. We're starting the Sweet 16 at the end of our second show. We have completed every region besides the train region for round of 32. Congrats to Kyle Clifton, who in an epic battle narrowly defeated Jay Graves. I think someone said it was less than 8 total votes deciding that one. It was crazy on the first show today. Bonesy over Chef Kev. Now we got V-Man and Doug on the couch, and then we're on to the Sweet 16. So this one in the morning, Sweet 16 in the afternoon. Get in here to vote each and every day. We need all of you to be a part of this thing, because that's what this show is all about. Get your draft ticket if you haven't. Another quick reminder, join the Patreon today if you want in on the name being added to the intro. We update it at the beginning of every month, so today's the last day in March. Get in there. You get Discord access. If you sign up for the year, you also get 10 raffle entries. So if you're not sure, you sign up for the year, you have a chance now to win. Signed Namath helmet, signed Maynard helmet, signed Weeb Eubank helmet. So check it out. All right. I'm off to the beacon. Thank you all for watching. Best listeners ever. Can't say that enough. In honor of Mr. Bonesy's big win, let's see if we could throw it back to a moment in time. A moment so great that it's still being talked about. Crazy to say this. Almost a year later. Almost a year later. Now, what could I be referring to? Many of you are probably asking. A meetup that featured a gathering of Asmaniacs on Long Island. Shout out to all the incredible Asmaniacs who joined us for an awesome evening of eating, drinking, talking Jets, and a heck of a lot more. It was so great to see so many of you again and meet so many of you for the first time. I also would like to shout out to our guy Neil in Garden City for leading the Jet chant last night.
Is Brock Purdy gonna run for his life on the opener? He's gonna die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go.
Neil coming through, and that was one of the many Jet chants that occurred last night. So shout out to everyone who came out. Special thank you to Matt O'Leary, Nick Faria, and Brandon Pacris, who all came out as well.
Jay Quest picked me up off the train, right? So I walked down the tracks. I'm looking for him. He told me he was in a red Honda. I'm looking around, and I see this animal-looking thing with a mask on with a sign saying Mr. Bonesy.
Hey, Bonesy's Uber driver. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I had the luxury of picking up Bonesy at the Hicksville train station. What a fine gentleman he is. I picked up Bonesy at the Hicksville train station. I dropped him off with Jay Quest. You know, I spent the night in the background. They put me in the basement. That being said, the best part of the night, Jake, I have to say, is you manhandling your mother. I was right there behind you. You didn't see me. It's kind of crouching down. What a night, Jake. The food was fantastic. They had no dog food or cat food, whatever the fuck I am. But I got to say, it was great.
That's how my day started off. Then we get to the place and meeting everybody. Jake, what you do for our community, showing up with all those people, it's like we knew each other forever. I'm meeting people for the first time. It feels like we're family. I met your parents. Awesome kicking it with your dad and the real creators of this this Superman we got in front of us. Gary showed up. The food trucks had chicken and pasta on it, and it was delicious.
It was a blast. And seeing Gary walk in the fold, I mean, highlight of the night, wearing his Antonio Cromartie jersey. Just unbelievable seeing Gary. And Gary, the best part about Gary is Gary had no idea that Decker even called into the show.
A lot of people there we already kicked it with, like Snowball and Neil and Rob. And Dre Day came all the way from Maryland. I mean, I missed Chef, but I saw him come at the end. He came with the gas station pizza, man. That's
yes.
hilarious.
Shout out to Chef Kevin. He showed up with a box And on Sharpie, it said gas station pizza. And it truly was gas station looking pizza inside. He was going to give it to Gary, but he got there too late. Unfortunately, Gary left already. But just the power of the ASMANIACs is incredible. I'm blown away every time we get to do events like that. And I mean, that was so much fun.
Oh yeah, I like this guy. Where's his wife? Who's that guy? Neil, how you doing, Neil?
Let's go!
Hey, Snowball. Oh, you. I want to talk to you. Hey, get him back. I want to talk to him.
Genergy in the house.
Yes, Genergy.
The guy who we're here for created this man.
Who's that?
Oh, Bobby.
Hey, hi, Mike. Oh, you are awesome. Thank you for the umbrella, too.
My best offensive lineman on the squad.
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
You know what's up. What's up, Nick? Where are you, Nick? Luffy's in the house.
Hey, Brendan Brains. How you doing?
Take it easy.
Hi, Luffy.
Somebody say Brock Bowers.
Oh, no.
We out.
Okay. Where is Matt O'Leary? I want his butt on a stick.
Oh, Bobby, what's going on, Bobby?
Is that Matt O'Leary?
Nowski, where you at, bro?
Get Matt O'Leary back. Get Matt O'Leary back.
Bobby did that show, everybody. Show that never ends, it just continues.
Is Brock Purdy gonna run for his life on the opener? Let's go! J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets! Let's go!
He's gonna die.